In this video, I'm counting down the top 10 most overrated, overhyped, and overpriced Star Wars The Black Series figures. Stick around, folks. This one's going to be a ton of fun. What's up, friends? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Nerdzoic. If you're new here, welcome, my nerdy friend. My name is Matt, and this is Nerdzoic. On this channel, you'll find my secret sauce of action figures, nostalgia, and just general nerdy talk. We have a really bad tendency of overhyping characters and action figures. As Black Series collectors, it's way worse. We overhype things times like 100. This, of course, leads to figures being both overhyped and overvalued. And that is the concept of today's countdown. We're going to look at the top 10 most overvalued Black Series figures. So the criteria for being overrated is kind of simple. It's both overhyped, overvalued. So figures that are not worth the appreciation they receive, and figures that are not worth the money they're going for on eBay. I did not come up with this list alone either. I went to various Black Series Facebook groups and I asked everybody there, what are the most overrated Black Series figures? And I got over 100 responses. So I took all those responses and used them to inform my own opinion and determine what Matt, big nerdy, Nerdzoic, what I think is the most overrated, overhyped figures. Now remember, in the end, this is my opinion, so it could be wrong. Stay tuned for the end and I'm going to show you the list of what the most overhyped figures according to the poll was. Some of those I don't agree with, I'm going to be honest. Some of them I actually love. But I'm going to go through them with you and we're going to talk about it. As always, credit to Action Figure 411 for the pricing. Link in the description. Check them out. Coming in at number 10 is Mace Windu. He was released in 2019 as part of the Red Box line and was number 82 in that line. He's currently going for over $50 on eBay. He's got a garbage robe. He stands poorly, although admittedly some people have more difficulty than others. And he does not compare to the SH Figure Arts at all. The SH Figure Arts, which granted is twice the price, just looks way better. His face has, to me, what looks like a translucent look to it that just doesn't look very good. And even, I know this is a minor gripe, but the box art doesn't even look like him. It looks more like a young Samuel L. Jackson. If I see him, I'm happy to pay $20 for this Mace Windu, but there's no chance I go anywhere near $50. Coming in at number 9 is The Child, aka the Gremlin. Released this year in 2020 as part of the Red line. I don't know if he's an exclusive or what, but I got him off of Amazon. I've never seen him anywhere. Here's the thing with this guy. He's tiny! It seems small even in scale. I feel like I got ripped off here. $10 for this little thing? You would think we'd at least get his car seat as an accessory, which leads me to think that they're gonna eventually re-release him with the little car seat thing, just to make us collectors hate ourselves. Coming in at number 8 is 000. Released in 2019 as part of the Red line, he's number 89. He's currently going for somewhere in the neighborhood of $58 on eBay right now, which to me is just plain nuts. He's either a complete repainted 3PO or he's a retooled 3PO. Either way, this was a pretty easy figure for Hasbro to make. He comes from a really cool comic run, but there's no way I pay that much for him. Coming in at number 7 is the Death Star escaped Luke Skywalker. This was released in 2019 and it was a Target Redbox exclusive. It originally went for $25. I have no idea why. He's got an overall pretty terrible head and face. It doesn't look like Luke. Hell, even the box doesn't look like Luke Skywalker. I'm just not a fan. Overall, just a really generic figure. Coming in at number 6 is IG-88. This was released twice. First in 2015 as part of the Blue line, it was number 10 in that line, and again in 2019 as part of the Archive collection. The Blue line version's currently going for around $35, while the Archive collection's going for around $28. Either way, that's way too much for a figure that can't stand. Aside from not standing, he's got this weird gumminess to him. People really want to set up that bounty hunter scene from Empire Strikes Back, but if you can't stand, it's kind of hard. Alright guys, we are halfway through. If you're getting some kind of enjoyment out of this video, go ahead and give it the old thumbs up. This is the kind of video that I call our bread and butter here at Nerdzoic. Coming in at number 5 is Darth Maul. This one's going to get me some hate because people love him, and he's been released a ton of times. He was released in 2013 on the orange card, number 2 in that line, again in 2019 as a Duel of Fates Celebration exclusive, and in 2019 again as part of the Archive collection. None of them are cheap. The Archive collection one is going for $45. The Celebration exclusive one going for $73, and the original orange card is going for $53. It's a lot of money for this figure, and it's not an old figure. It's been re-released a ton of times. You wouldn't think it'd be worth this much. And here's the thing. It's got a great face on it, but it's not a fantastic figure because it's got a plastic robe. If we had a black robe, then I'd feel good. But because of that weird load, all we have is some limited posability, which makes him really hard to fight. Give us a cloth robe and he probably becomes one of the best figures in the line. Coming in at number 4 is Ahsoka. Released in 2016 as part of the Red Line, she was number 20 and is currently going for about $40 on eBay. She's just an average figure, guys, let's be honest with ourselves. She's just a character that everybody loves. And like I said, there's nothing like inherently horrible with her, she's just average. She's got an okay paint job, an okay sculpt. She doesn't stand very well. Why is she going for so much? The good news is she's been declining a lot. If you check the graph on Action Figure 411, it will show you that she's been dropping in price month over month ever since it was announced that this was going to be re-released, so that's good. But for now, she's definitely overrated. Coming in at number 3 is EZRA. He was released as part of the Red Line and he's number 86, and he's currently going for $67. Over on Facebook, this figure garnered quite a bit of controversy and people were arguing about it. Some people loved it, some people didn't. I'm going to contend that for $67, he's way overrated. But much like the Ahsoka, he's going to go down in price a lot, and he has been already. Again, check Action Figure 411's graph, ever since they announced that he's getting re-released. Coming in at number 2 is the white box Mandalorian. This was the first day release figure from 2019, and it's currently going for $215 on eBay. Again, this is the exact same figure as the other ones that were released, but it's in a white box, so it's a $200 box. I could have had this, and I wish I did, because honestly, if I had this, I had it in my hand, I put it back for the carbonized. If I would have bought this, I'd be selling it right now, because it's insane what it's going for. If you have it, here's my advice. I'm going to do my best Jim Cramer impression. You ready? Sell, sell, sell! All right, before we get to number 1, a couple honorable mentions. So some of these came from the guys over in the Facebook group, but they weren't specific enough for me to want to put it in the video. So first off, we have all Jedi without a robe. The general consensus was that any Jedi that doesn't come with a robe is a ripoff. I kind of agree, we should get one with every Jedi. Next up, and this one's going to garner some controversy, was literally all the clones. There were so many arguments about the clone figures being overrated. There's a lot of hate for them, surprisingly. Speaking of hate, the carbonized figures. Whew, people really hate on them. People were calling them a blatant cash grab, and I'm not gonna lie, I love these and I bought them all because I like shiny things, okay? Sue me. All right, coming in at number 1, the most overrated figure in the Star Wars Black Series is none other than Commander Cody. Released in 2015 as part of the Blue Line, number 14 to be exact, he's now going for over $120 on eBay. He is insanely priced on the secondary market. When he was released, he was a really good figure. Great paint app, he had decent posability, but in the years since, Hasbro has improved so much that even as a figure, he's just meh. Specifically, he has super limited poses because of his bad articulation. People are also kind of grumpy about the fact that he didn't come with some really needed accessories like a removable helmet and an Order 66 hologram Emperor saying, "Commander Cody, execute Order 66. So yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that when I started this list, but Commander Cody's number 1. So as promised, let's talk about the reader list. First off, I want to talk about 3 figures that were on the reader list that were not on mine because I completely disagree because I like them all. First off, lots of hate for Boba Fett. A lot of people hating on his paint job, hating on his color scheme, hating on the fact that he's been re-released a million times and they still can't find him, and his articulation. So yeah, he made the reader list. So did General Grievous, who I love. The big complaint here is that his robe doesn't look right, he doesn't stand correctly, and he's out of scale. I don't care, I still love him. R2-D2, he was not on my list. The big complaint here is that his scale's off, he's a little undersized, his paint apps aren't that great, and that his middle leg spinny thing doesn't work very well. Also, and this is a fair complaint, he does not look as good as the original production photo. And then both Darth Revans. No one had any complaints about Revan, they just feel like he's completely overrated and people go crazy for him. Let's take a look at the full results now. The top 3 are all exactly the same in the same order from between the fans and me, we all agree on that. That's where we get into some of the differences. Boba Fett's number 4 on their list. Number 5 was Ahsoka, she was number 4 on my list. Grievous, I can't believe he's on there. Then Death Star Luke, he was on my list. And then lastly, number 10 on the fan list is Darth Revan. So yeah, there you have it, fan list, baby. Since most of you guys who are watching this probably didn't get a chance to be part of the poll on Facebook, that's today's question of the day. What figure do you think is the most overrated in the entire Black Series line? Go ahead and put it in the comments, let's chat about it. Take a look up on the screen right now, and I've got a link to the entire Black Series playlist on my channel of every Black Series video I've ever made, as well as a video that YouTube thinks you're gonna like. As always, be cool, stay nerdy.